Hi, welcome back to Racin-n-Braisin. Let's talk about the Clash. Had it last night. This is gonna be my reaction to it. First and foremost, I guess I got what I asked for. If you watched my first video, you heard me go on and on about NASCAR just not putting on a good product. Well, Bowman Gray, hey, good job. They put on a good show, but not entirely. Like, I wouldn't give it 100%, but it was entertaining. I was definitely interested the whole time and intrigued the entire time to see what was going on. So let's kind of get into the specifics. While I do that, I'm just warming up leftovers from Saturday, some bratwurst and some sauerkraut. I know, Mom, you'll appreciate this. Dad, I can see you scrunching your nose and holding your nostrils now because you don't like the smell. But nonetheless, let's talk about it. Sunday started with the last chance qualifier. And you know what? Wasn't bad. I'd said in my first video about the Clash from Saturday that maybe if there were some more cars on the track that it would be a little more interesting. And it was, tighter quarters, more cars, and with the last chance qualifier, you were giving all of those guys something to fight for, especially since it was just two positions. I kind of wish that it was more than two positions up for grabs, but hey, that's the format they came up with, and that's the game they were playing. So the racing got going, and those Dillon brothers were out front, and boy, they just make a fool of themselves, don't they? I'm sorry, those Dillon brothers are just not good. They do not have good car control, and they're just not as fast as the rest of the field. And even saying that, like, you could tell with the way that LCQ was going, it was all the back markers in the field. Like, they were being super aggressive with each other and fighting for every possible spot, which we commonly hear that those 15 through 30 cars, they're always, fighting real hard, and those are the hardest positions to get past, and we saw that. I would say the number of wrecks was kind of comical at some point. We could only get one or two laps in before another person took someone else out. Man, tough luck for Eric Jones, right? Personally, I want to see Legacy Motorsports, perform better this year. Last year, they just didn't have it, and it was very obvious that they were as hard as they were working, were just not getting anywhere with it. And I'm really hoping that this year, Eric Jones and John Hunter Nemechek really step the game up. The team, brings them up to another level, and they get a little more support from Toyota, hopefully, and really elevate Legacy Motor Club to that next tier. Right now, it's definitely has been a tier B team, and I'd love for them to be in that A tier and see them do good. That was a tough break for Eric Jones, no doubt about that. It was unfortunate to see him get spun out there and sent to the back and never have an opportunity to recover from that. On the flip side of that, man, another legacy, not legacy itself, but another classic car number to perform well, the 21. Those Wood brothers and Josh Berry. Boy, not only did that car look amazing, but it was good to see Josh Berry put that car up front. and he put it up front. He put the nose in there and made the moves that were necessary to get there. So that was good. I was pleased to see that. So, all in all, last chance qualifier for what was on the line to get to it, made sense that they were beating and banging and putting on quite a show. I know the fans in the stands looked like they were really enjoying it, and I, as a fan at home, was really enjoying it too. The final thing about that, Kyle Larson moving on and gaining that qualifying spot for the Clash. Wasn't so surprised by it, but was definitely surprised to see him get beat up so much as he did and get involved in so much carnage. I know it was a factor of the track, but it was surprising to see Larson involved in so much of it. So anyways, moving on to the Clash itself. First and foremost, man, star of the night, Ryan Blaney, my boy. He put on a clinic. He has shown that team and that car, with him behind the wheel, they are a force to be reckoned with on flat, short tracks, especially where there is tire wear and extended runs. He's done a hell of a job. He's turned himself into, I would call, a short track ace, and one to always consider as the season goes on whenever we are at a flat, shorter track. The Martinsvilles, the New Hampshires, Phoenix, obviously, he's really good at. He's a force to reckon with, and last night he proved from the back to the front that he is there to win and not there to play. He's going to bring it all at these short tracks. So good job, Blaney, for a heck of a run. The racing itself, man, I was glad to see two wide racing throughout the majority of the night. The second lane actually worked in several cases, especially on restarts. Those drivers that went up there and went to the outside, the Denny Hamlins, the Bubba Wallaces, even Chris Buescher, made moves going forward. Ryan Preece made moves on the outside going forward. That was impressive, and I was happy to see that. And then, just from a personal favorite, was glad to see Chase Elliott beat out Denny Hamlin in that second half of the Clash after the break and start to run away with it. Y'all know I'm not a big Denny Hamlin fan, so glad to see that he wasn't there to stink up the show. And Elliott there at the end after he won, that was one heck of a burnout. That was impressive. I'll give him that. And his post-race interview there was great. He really gave great acknowledgement to the fans and the venue and the spectacle that NASCAR put on. So, kudos to Chase. He is a soft-spoken person, and I was really pleased and impressed with the way he spoke at the end of the race in that interview. So, takeaways. Okay. It was better than I expected. It was better than what I was talking about after Saturday's show. So I'm good with it. I'm still not overly impressed with the quarter mile track, though. Me personally, I want to see those cars go fast. And if their average speed was only 63 mile an hour around there, that's just not fast enough, I want to see them, really letting it hang out and really get that engine, cranked. I think they were only running in second or third gear the entire night. For the Clash going forward, like I said in the first video yesterday, that no doubt they're going to go back to Bowman Gray next year. NASCAR loves seeing sold out shows, and they're going to do as much as they can to keep that going. And they pumped a lot of money into the stadium itself to bring it up to NASCAR standards. So you know they're going back there next year. You know the Clash is going to be another quarter mile next year. But in the future, man, me personally, I really want to see speed in the first week of the NASCAR season, not this stomp on the gas, stomp on the brake kind of stuff. Let's find something where we can highlight how fast those Cup cars can really go. So, anyways, that's what I got for the Clash at Bowman Gray. Good job, NASCAR. In just over a week, 8 days, is qualifying for the Daytona 500. That's Tuesday night, and I am excited to see that. I'll bring another reaction video after qualifying, and expect more reaction videos the day after each of the Speed Week events that we have going on. So thanks y'all. Have yourselves a great night, and I'll see y'all in a week.